whenever you're putting something again in your own words, you want to use that thesaurus if you're not sure what you want to use. And it's free, it's on Google. You can open it up, you can type in the word that's on the page, and then go back in and find a word that you would use. So that's the other thing people want to do, is they want to stay and try to sound like somebody else. They want to try to keep the same voice in that page. You don't want that. You want it to sound like you, so that if you send your friends and family to your website, they can still see you in it. They aren't gonna say, well, well, who is this? That don't sound like you. You don't ever want your friends and family to come back and say your website looks false or fake. You want it to be as genuinely you as possible. So whenever you are using a thesaurus to change out words, still make sure that it's a word that you would use in your everyday vocabulary. Um, you don't want it to sound anything out of the ordinary. You want people to relate to you because of who you are, not who they think you are. Um, if you read any of my pages, you can see I go from the country girl next door to the office, um, you know, HR executive. So I have it from one end to the other because I have those experiences, and people that know me know I can talk to the farmer sitting on the tractor, or I can talk to the head of the corporation just as easily. Um, but if you don't have that range in your vocabulary, then don't try to be that person, because you won't be able to relate. People will be able to see that. They'll think that you're fake, you're disingenuous, that you're trying to um, basically be somebody that you're not. You always want to make sure people can relate to you no matter what you're talking about or what you're writing about. So does that make sense to anybody, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. And to me, it's easier when you write it in your person instead of somebody else's person. I've had students that say, well, I can't sound like Rory. And I was like, well, who said you had to? You sound like yourself. You be yourself. You talk about yourself. If you don't know about a topic, research it. Find out. I mean, when I did the one on the Bible verses, I had probably 20 different references pulled up. And just about all of them had the same thing. They all said about the same thing. They all had the same Bible verses. They all had different opinions on it. But the fact that they all used about the same Bible verses was a key, was like, okay, so this is something people have looked into, because they're all quoting about the same biblical verses. So that was a good key for me to say that the masses, the experts on this topic, are all using the same reference points. So that was a good indicator that, hey, let me use these reference points too, because that's what everybody's used to seeing, or that's what they're expecting to see. And then I'm going to search around for some few things that are unexpected. And that's where I'm going to throw in the wine club. That's where I'm going to throw in how some Song of Solomon. I don't know if any of y'all have read the Song of Solomon. You need to read it. Our church did a whole study, 6-week study on the Song of Solomon. And it's a romance novel in the Bible. And it gets explicit in some places. It talks about the bedroom, it talks about the honeymoon, it talks about the dating, it talks about problems in the marriage, it talks about never going to bed mad, always say you love him, love her. It literally is a romance novel in the Bible. And one of the things is talking about how he presents a meal to his wife with wine, romantic setting. Um, he runs a tub of water for her, uh, romantic setting, gives her wine and chocolates. Well, not chocolates, but wine and sweet meats is what they call it. So um, I still got to figure out what a sweet meat is. I'm going to look that up. Um, uh, I saw that a lot, wine and sweet meats. So, but the Song of Solomon is a good reference for romance. If you want to read things from a biblical point and give those doubters another aspect. When I told my daughter about this, she's like, "You're gonna get a lot of flack about that." And I said, "That's what I want. I like to cause controversy in a non-controversial manner, because I just want them to come to my site. some people, they might say, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. There's just some people that are never going to change their point of view, and that's okay. But at least they came to my site. They might see something else that is of interest to them from my category menu. They might search my site to see what else I have in there that they could be interested. That's why I said never take that search category off your page. You just never know, but at least it's getting eyes on my site of interest to them. And they might just be looking for, you know, pros and cons. They might be struggling with something, and that might be the key to get them to where they need to be. Who knows, it might direct somebody to go back to church and talk to their pastor or their deacon or whatever. That you just never know how your pages will inspire or affect people's lives. That's why I always say be honest, be very genuine in your writing, because people need to hear what you say. You have an audience, they're just waiting for you to present yourself. So that's about all I had today. Just going to see what y'all kind of questions you had that you want to go over specifically. And then we can go from there.
Yes.
Okay.
I need a quick recap on, I have to fix my home page. I have those 3 pages on the home tab, and I want to make them a post. They're already written.
Okay.
And it's on the home line. And I need to, because you said you, for Google AdSense, you need to have different 3 posts or something like that. Well, I have mine, but they're all as pages on the host line. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. So when you come and click on your home.
Yeah.
Okay. When you scroll down, are they separated or do you just have one?
If you hit home, when you hit home, they spurt out like if you hit the other categories. The only thing is in the post instead of.
So you're saying when you hit home right here, you have a drop down menu?
Yes.
Okay. All you need to do there is if it's ooh,
Thank you.
what's your website? I'm gonna look at that. What's your website?
4t87.com.
All right, so let's look at this. So this is your site.
Yeah.
All right. So you have one page on your site.
Right. I
Okay,
go all the way
on
up
your
to home.
homepage.
Yeah, go all the way
You
up
have,
to home. Right
yeah,
there.
so all right, so now what we're going to check and see, these are pages.
Yes.
Okay. The only way you're going to get this page on your home category is you're going to have to copy it. You're going to have to copy this drop down. And you're going to have to go to your post. So we're going to use my page as an example. So when you come to your site, you're going to copy that page. So you're going to have to open 2 browsers. See how I have 2 browsers of my site? We actually got 3. So you're going to have 2 tabs of your site. All right. So one of them is going to be your home page. You're going to have to put it in your edit phase. And then you're going to open another one and you're going to copy this page. And then you're going to go to your page and you're going to come up here to post. And you're going to go to add new. And then when you get to that add new, it's going to look like this when it comes up. And you want to paste in your title first. Okay. And then you're going to copy your page in your other section and paste it here. Okay. Now, here's what you need to do though. A lot of people will go into here and they'll go into edit when they open this page. They'll go into edit. Okay. You don't want to go into edit. You want to copy it just like this. If you go into edit, then it goes into individual blocks, and then you have to go into your HTML code and copy code. A lot of people's not comfortable with that. So you want to pull up your site, pull up the page you want to copy the title there first, and then you're going to go back to your page. You're going to highlight all of this, everything, all the way to the end, and you're going to hit copy, and then you're going to go to your post page, and you're just going to hit paste, and it has everything there. And then you're going to have to play with it. Once you get it there, you have to play with it, get it to look the way you want it to look. And then you're going to have to go to your original page, and you're going to have to draft that page or rework this page if you still want to leave it there with the content, because you can't have an exact copy of your own page, because Google will see that as scraping content.
Oh, dear, 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 dear. Suppose I just leave it the way it is. Take my
You can leave it the way it is, and that's what I would suggest, and make a different post. Just go in and create a whole new post.
Okay, that's easier. Because I don't want to, it's too much work on this. I don't want to leave it, lose it.
Yeah. So if you already have it, if you already have it, leave it, and then just come to your site and do, like I said, just go to post, create a new post, and just write a new post.
Okay.
Now, if you want this one to stay at the top right here, if you want this to be your first one always, then you're going to have to come to your page. All right, so this is what a lot of people forget. They don't do this. So when you have a page that you want to stay at the top, you're going to come here to quick edit of that page. Okay. And over on the right hand side, you got this little button that says make this post sticky.
Right.
You want to click that. And what that does is that makes that post, stationary. So that means anytime you create another post on the home page, that post will always be first. The rest of them will fall underneath that one. So you don't ever lose that particular one.
Okay.
All right. And you only need 3. Some people have 10, 12, 5, 7, because for the simple fact, they were going in and creating new. And if you come up here to hit new, it's going to say post first. We always want to create pages. So they would come in and hit new, and it would automatically be a post, and then they couldn't find it because it was on post instead of pages. So we're always going to do pages, unless for whatever reason you do have something you want to put on your post page or your home page. That's okay too. But for the most part, you just want to do pages. If you only have 1, you need at least 3.
I need 2 more posts.
Need 2 more posts.
Two more new posts under the one I have. Yeah. Okay. I'll do it that way. I don't want to take a chance in losing that other information. Too much work.
And it can be, and that's the other thing. Like I said, I know where your heart is and what you're appealing to, but you still want to make sure on your home page that you are highlighting other things that's in your website. So this one's going to be your first one for your inspiration and your devotionals. Then the next one, you could either put it for like your Scorpion page or your Bella Vita information. And then your third one could be like a community page, or it could be, anything else, but you don't want them all to be the same thing.
Well, I have 7 mountains, Sheila. See the 7 mountains? Move up a little bit. You'll see the 7 mountains. Move up. Move the page up. The middle of the page. Move it up. I have 7 categories that I can. You missed it. Down.
Right.
I have 7 areas in which I can add to the post. So it's no problem. I have different directions I can go into.
There you go.
Yeah. Perfect. And so okay. So I can use I'm not going to change it. It's too much work. I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah. And especially if you've already directed people to your site and you come in and they assume that this drop down is going to be there and it's not there anymore, it kind of makes people leery. What's she changing? What's going on? Is it not functional again? So to me, when, if you, like I said, if it was brand new and you've done that, then it's just a simple thing of recopying and pasting. It hasn't had that much exposure, but I know your site's getting exposure. I know your things that you're putting out there, especially on your social media, are getting traffic. The best option for you is to add new things to your post page instead of reworking it, because it's going to throw people off.
Right.
They already know what to expect on your site. And
Mhm.
if you change it too much, it's going to make them a little, what is she doing? What's going on? You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it'd be better for you just to add to it instead of
Yes.
taking away.
That's what I'll do. I don't want to mess it up. Too much work.
Yep. Yep. You got it.
Okay. Well, that was my
Sheila,
question for today.
There you go.
Thank
All right.
you.
Who's got the next question?
Sheila, what about the posts if you want to, I don't know, update or I'm trying to figure out how you would freshen it up
You do it the same way.
without, just like you do a page.
Yep. Just like you do a page, except it, like I said, post has its own
Order.
dashboard. Same thing
Yeah.
with your page, you know, where you go to your all pages, and that's where you have your dashboard for all of your pages. Post is the same way. It has all posts. They're the exact same way, and you just choose them. They work the same way as a page. It's just in a post. So if you wanted to go and do a quick edit of one, you just hit your edit button, and you can go in and do the same thing. Once it pops up, you're in your edit phase and just start working on it. And
So
then
you
you're
would
going to
just be
update.
adding to or changing something. You don't
Yep.
like put a post in and then replace it with another post because
No.
okay.
Yep. You just modify your modifications. That's why I was saying, anybody that was on the training yesterday, I have one student that she asked me to go through her site because she's been denied Google AdSense for 10 times. And they keep telling her she's got scraped content. And she's like, I've remodified, you know, I've changed everything. Everything's mine. And when I went and did some research, I've also know that she had her original website was hacked because she had somebody go in and do something, which we suggest you don't do, but she did. She had a professional supposedly went in and, you know, helped make her website better. Well, they hacked her website and started putting stuff in that she didn't approve. They had access to her website. So with that being said, they shut down her website. Roy got it, legal got it, they got it shut down and gave her a new website. Well, she had all of her pages saved. So she just copied and pasted her pages back in. Well, her old site still functions. The pages are still there. So even though they're her own words, Google looks at it as you're copying another website because they don't look at who owns the website. They just look at the website and the content. And she was like, but it's my site. Google doesn't know that because it's got a different name. It's got a different site title. It's got a different URL. So they're thinking that you're scraping this because your new site went in active after this site. It's already been functioning for 2 years. So you're going to have to modify your own content. And that's why I tell people, if you have a good page and you're like, well, hey, I want to put this on my homepage, just like we were doing with Levette, you can't do that. You can, but you still got to modify your own words. If you have certain sections in a page and, you know, you're like, well, I want to use this in another page, you can, but you still have to modify it because Google looks at that. It's still scraped content. You're copying content that's already in use. You have to modify your own words if you're using it in your pages. They do not like duplication at all. They're going to give you that scraped content every time, even though it's your own content. So you have to modify your information, even though it's your original information. Yes, Ms. Levette.
About that new website that Rory put on the can't think of the word, disclaimer, that disclaimer that he has on his website.
Yeah, that's something new. I haven't
Yeah.
done mine yet. I haven't even looked at it. I'll worry about it when he tells me I need to worry about it. He hasn't said anything about us having to do it. Just somebody saw it and it just became this big thing. Until he tells me I got to put it on there, I'll put it on there. But until then, mine's going to stay the way it is.
Okay, so you're not gonna use that disclaimer that he has on there?
Not yet. He hasn't told me I needed to. I mean, Kathleen's come up and said the FCA or whatever needs it. I'm still gonna research it to see exactly what it entails and why I need to put it on there. And if I need to put it on there, I will. But as of right now, I haven't put it on there.
So from what you're saying, we can't use, because he said he had 3 lawyers to help him to write that thing up. That's what he was explaining. So how are we gonna write that in our own words?
Same
we-
way, you can still use the legal terminology. Like I said, you're still gonna put it in your own words and you can just modify it. Because they use the terminology that Roy needs to use. But
Mhm.
that doesn't mean you can't come in and put it on there. There's no specific rhyme or reason that says, hey, it has to say this. You just have to let them know the gist of what his disclaimer says.
Okay,
You still modify it. You know, you can
modify it.
go in and
Still
still modify it.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, okay,
Yep, as long as it says the data is the same, the idea is the same, you're getting the
Mhm.
same message across, you just word it the way it needs to be worded from you. But I
okay.
haven't done one yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it for my accountant so he can know what I do.
There you go.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like I
good.
said, I had a guy from he was an installer for Pella Windows, and he was in the neighborhood. You know how they always use that. I was in the neighborhood doing your neighbor's windows, and we're just walking through to see. And I told him that, you know, we already got contractors out that's coming to look at our floors and redo our kitchen and our deck area, and then we're going to do
I wrote a
windows. I
new
said,
page and
yeah.
then got rid of it alerted me to say that I had 2 pages with the same stuff or
Okay, who's talking? I don't know who's, somebody came in. I don't know who that was. But can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So he wanted me to give him my information. And I told him, I said, you know, my husband handles all that kind of stuff. I'm not really gonna, you know, you'll have to talk to him. And he's like, well, when's a good time to call? And I know my husband, he goes to work, he goes to the gym, comes home and he's ready to eat and rest. So he was trying to pinpoint me down. And I was like, you know, here's his number. You call him and get his schedule. I don't do my husband's schedule. And I said, oh, and by the way, I said, do you like wine? He's like, oh yeah, me and my wife love wine. I said, hold on. I went and got him a bottle of wine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, you have to take advantage of every opportunity that you have.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
funny.
I
I
did
said,
that with the UPS guy yesterday when he
yeah,
delivered mine. I waited for him to come back and said, do you drink wine?
yeah.
No. Sheila, I haven't run into a wine community yet. It's unbelievable. I have not come into a wine community. Everybody I asked one way or the other, no, they don't drink wine. It's amazing.
Go on Facebook. There's several wine communities you can join.
Okay.
I'm in 3 and I ask questions all the time. And then when I
Okay.
do a recipe, I put out there and I'll ask them, I was like, what do y'all think about this wine with this dinner? They don't like you advertising on there. They do. Some of the wine communities I'm in, they have days that you can advertise your wine club if you're in one. So
Mhm.
look at their rules and regulations before you join. But for
Mhm.
the most part, I like, there's one I have on there. They don't like videos because I posted my wine unboxing one time and they took it down. It's like, oh, we don't do videos. And I told her, I said, well, I didn't see that in your rules. So
Mhm.
the next time they put it up, they did an amendment to the rule. I was like, okay.
Mm.
So, but again, I just, for the most part, I ask questions. You know, I put on there, like if I cook dinner and I take a picture of the dinner and I'll, you know, I always throw a wine with my colored glass that has like a lemonade or, you know, a Coke or whatever in it so they can't see what it is. It works, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'll ask questions, you know, I had serving this, or do you think this wine will go good with this meal? Um, and I'll get feedback a week later and I'll say, well, we already ate it, but thanks. I'll remember that the next time, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
And when you, that's the other thing about Facebook or any social media, when you correspond with people that reply to you, they automatically get added to your news feed.
Mhm.
So that's why I say when anybody responds back to something that you have, respond back to them, say thank you, or that's a great idea, good suggestion, whatever your content is, because then they become part of your news feed. So whenever you do post something on your personal information, they will see it. Even though they might be in a group, they will see it. I had one lady the other day, she commented, I'm on a business program, a business group, and they don't let you do videos. They don't let you, you can't do videos. You can only promote on certain days. But I put a thing out there about if somebody gave you $30,000 and you were planning your wedding, would you change your wedding or would you put it on a down payment on a house? And she responded, and it tells you where she came from. It says she came from my networking group. And I was like, and so when she responded, I responded back. And then I put an ad out the other day, and she's like, and she asked me, she said, does this product have an affiliate program? And I was like, sure. I said, get in touch with me and I'll show you how it works.
Wow, that's great.
So even though they are part of a group, if they respond to something you do, respond back, because then they become part of your individual group outside of the other group that you're in. So just a little tidbit.
Received.
But yeah, there's a bunch of wine clubs and wine groups out there that you can be a part of. And I ask questions all the time. They don't know I don't drink, but I do ask questions all the time. And I respond when people put stuff out there. Like there was one gentleman, he put on there that his wife left him after 30 years. He got to keep the house, and he was actually sitting in front of the fireplace and took a picture. And he says, I'm going to drink this bottle and reflect. And he said, and then I'm going to get back on with my life. And I told him, I said, you picked a good wine to drink it with. I didn't know what the wine was. I said, but I said, but life will go on. You will get better. I said, her loss. I didn't even know what the situation was.
Right.
But I responded to him, because I got some people in my group that are going through some similar situations. But, it happens. Just let him know that, hey, there's people out there that support you no matter what's going on. So now he replied to me the other day when I posted a inspirational thing out there, and he's like, I really needed that today. So, you just never know, but it populates when he comes up his name, and it tells me he's in my wine group, the wine group I'm in. So,
good.
So that's how I know where he's from. So if you get strange things and you're like, well, I don't know where that person's from. If they're part of a group that you've become a part of on social media, it will tell you where they came from.
Okay. All right. So I'll look into that.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing. I said, I don't believe this. Nobody drinks wine.
It's like I said, when prohibition hit, and I didn't believe Roy when he stated that several years ago when I started. I did research, and wine was a big cultural thing here in the United States until prohibition hit. And then when prohibition hit, then it was like, okay, you couldn't get wines. People were making it in their backyard. That's when the liquor came in, and moonshine and all that became a big thing. And the wine culture never recovered from that. I mean, there were places that literally their vineyards were burned down. Their grape stock, their wine vats were destroyed because of prohibition. So it takes a while. I mean, when you got wine that's aging for 5 or 6 years and it's just on the cusp of being bottled, and somebody comes in and destroys it, it's like, okay, I got to build it up. And then by the time it's ready to be minted and put in its bottle, then everybody's drinking beer now because it's or moonshine that's being smuggled in. They don't want your wine. And then the government comes in and says, well, we got to get 15% before you even put one on the shelf. So they were having some issues, and it's just now recovering to where it's becoming socially acceptable, and it's becoming what it was. So it's growing. If you go look at the wine trend now, there's actually trends out there. You can see where it's steadily increasing in the last 10 years, steadily growing. So I got a feeling, by the end of the year, definitely next year, you're going to see a substantial growth in wine consumption. And it's not necessary, especially once COVID is okay, and people can socially get together again, wine's going to really make a jump.
Okay. I live an hour away from the Long Island Winery. So forget about my neighborhood. Everybody's faithful to their community.
You'd be surprised. You will be surprised.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
they
yeah,
haven't surprised me yet.
yeah, it's just one of those things, like I said, just keep marketing.
Mhm.
I got my Google AdSense the other day, my report on my Google, and
Mhm.
my Google AdSense jumped almost 45% last month.
Wow. Wow. That's
So,
awesome.
I mean, it's good. I got my first $100 day the other week, so
Mhm.
it's growing. That's why I said I got a notice because I never take my money out of it. It's just there. So I
Mhm.
got a notice that I needed to transfer the money out.
Mhm. That's good. That's nice.
So,
Nice.
so that's what I'm gonna do. But you have days. There's some days I might make a penny, or there's days I might make $2 or $3.
Mhm.
And there's days, like I said, I had that one day I had $100 day, and I was like, oh wow.
Mhm.
So it comes in spurts. But
Mhm.
like I said, it's just free money. It just sits there. I don't have to do anything to it. I just had to make sure my site was approved by Google so they could use it.
Right.
And it's just another stream of income.
Yeah.
And I do have one paid ad that I do for on my Google. I have one slot, and I go in and change the ad. So a lot of people's like, well, God, I got a paid ad. I got to have so many ads. I don't. I go in and edit the ad and change the whole ad with the
Uh-huh.
same money. I put it in my budget. It's $150 a month.
Mhm.
And once it hits that limit, then the ad quits running. And I
Mhm.
just go in, and the next month it revamps and change the ad. The last time I had it for just my whole website, I
Mhm.
changed it yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and put my new ED, the Phoenix, on there.
Mhm.
It's it's going phenomenal. I was like, okay.
Good.
And with all the stuff that we got on the training today, I don't know if everybody was on the 11 o'clock training.
Mhm.
I got pages and pages, and it's like, okay, I got to start writing.
Mhm. 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 Good information. Some
Yeah,
good roads you can go into
they,
with
they
the
had so
marketing.
many different, yeah, so many different
That's good.
topics.
Mhm.
Um, it was like there was one you can talk about revascularization, you can talk about micro trauma, you can talk about tennis elbow. um, let's see, you can talk about how it doesn't affect your hardware. You can even talk about Paul Thompson,
Uh-huh.
who's the director. He is a well-known urologist. I've already Googled him. um, he has his own practice in Texas, and you can talk
Mhm.
about that. It talks about vascular flow. The two
Mhm.
major components that have vascular flow is the heart and the penis.
Mhm.
Guess
Mhm.
what? Both of them develop plaque. They talk
Right.
about how you can use he was talking, and that was the other thing, using sound ablation. And being in renal therapy, because I was in gastroenterology and hepatology, we dealt with kidneys and livers, and we did renal ablation all the time for kidney stones.
Mhm.
So I it didn't connect until he said it today, and I was like, crap, what was I thinking? you know,
Wow.
but all a kidney stone is a calcified deposit that's built up, you know, from calcium deposits that your body didn't use. It just lays around and builds up and builds up.
Mhm.
Plaque's the same thing,
Mhm.
except in plaque, you have it in your arteries for your heart. They don't talk about plaque in the penis. They talk about kidney stones all the time and how you get rid of them. We
Mhm.
use lithotripsy, which is sound, just on a bigger scale, energy. So when he said that, my mind just went, okay, I got this.
Mhm. A whole new outlet. Yeah.
Whole new outlet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and how it stimulates hormone growth, or
Mhm.
hormones that help growth, and redistribution of your vascular system, of
Mhm.
how it does that microablation, just so many different things. I was just yeah, I got pages and pages and pages of things. So,
Yeah.
but what else? Is there anything else people oh, for those of you, please, 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 please be on Tuesday night's call. Rory has a huge announcement that we can't say what it is, but we kind of got a little bit of it yesterday. So please be on that. Do not miss Tuesday night's call.
Mhm,
Don't miss Tuesday night's call.
mhm.
Don't miss Tuesday night's call. Hey,
Yeah.
Emilio.
You got a new
Hey,
haircut. Look at the hair.
So I know you saw that. I saw that
Yeah.
earlier. I was like,
Yeah,
he's
got a
off.
new hairstyle and whatnot. I mean,
Yeah.
nice, very nice.
oh, thank you.
He had a
Um,
special day today. All right. Miss Levette, you still got your hand raised. Do you need
She
something
said
else?
he also said for those that are instructors to meet on Monday.
Yeah.
After the wine.
After wine.
Yeah,
At the 9 o'clock. So even
very
instructors
important.
in training.
Yeah, and very important. And then Tuesday for sure, everybody.
Everybody needs to be on Tuesday's call.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be on Tuesday's call. Yes, Miss Gail. You got your hand raised?
Yeah, I had a quick question. A while back, I might have made an error and I don't know if I corrected it properly. I had an old Valentis page, and
Mhm.
instead of modifying the page that I had been given originally, I did new page and rewrote the whole thing in that way and then published it. And I thought I deleted the original page. Anyway, they were saying, no, you got 2 pages. So I got rid of the one by trashing the original one. And I know that you had said a while back that it has like codes and stuff on it. So I don't know if I can correct that or I just need not to make that mistake again. So I haven't
Yeah,
advertised or anything. So, you know.
Yeah, if you've trashed an original page, and it was never advertised, you're fine. It will not
Okay.
be out there. So, and if you've revamped the other page, that's fine. The only thing
Okay.
I would do, and there's a lot of people that do that, they create a new page and rewrite, and instead of modifying in the content that it's in. Just going forward, that's probably the best thing to do is modify it in the page that it's in. Because
Well, I found that knocking out all of the pictures and the links and stuff made it a cleaner page. And then I try to do my block ahead of the paragraph. So I read the paragraph, so I'm not looking at it while I'm writing.
exactly.
I'm just thinking about what it said. Okay.
And
Thank you, ma'am.
that's the best thing to do is just like you said, I tell all my students that get rid of those pages, read what you got or those pictures, because to me they're distracting. And I feel like
When I first started, I was thinking, okay, what can I say writing around that picture? Because I know it's got to make
Exactly.
a reference to that. So yeah, I can relate to that.
Yep. And trust me, you're not the only one. I did it too. I was like, well, they got this picture here. I mean, I got to write about this picture
Mhm.
and then forget all about the content. So just take the pictures out, leave the video. You can move the videos around because they can go just about anywhere. But
Well, I know
it
I
makes it
started just
easier.
reading the page and writing down, hook,
Mhm.
advantages, benefits, products,
Yep.
So that I just kind of keep on those main topics.
Yep.
So I
Sort of
keep
like
the
an
gist.
outline.
So
That's what I do.
yeah, I think I'm getting there. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'm still recording because I never know what I'm going to say. I might not put this out, but it's there. All right. Do we have any other questions?
Enjoy
Anybody?
your grandson's ball game.
Yeah, they just left, so I'm gonna follow them shortly here.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh
Michael?
yeah, I'm jealous. All my athletic boys are married with their own children. We don't have that anymore.
Oh, my husband's on three tournaments. So I mean, he's 54, and we still travel. I know. In 2 weeks we got to go to Myrtle Beach for 4 days for a tournament.
Mm, wow.
So,
Good.
I don't.
Good.
And then my
Enjoy.
daughter, she she was on 3 tournament teams in Raleigh, and now that she's moved home, first thing she did, she's like, Dad, where can I play?
That's good. That's very good. Enjoy it.
Yes. So yes, Michael, what you got for me?
Yeah, on the WordPress site, it says WordPerfect clone is live. Install it now. Is that something we should install or leave that one alone?
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
leave
you
it.
don't need to install that. If it was, tech support will tell everybody that they're working on it. So whenever you do your updates, so when you go to your site and there's an update that needs to be done, go ahead and do those updates. If you get a message, just let me know. I got a bunch. So I'm going to come here and show you how I do my updates.
Okay. Yeah, I
Always-
still got that TSW custom profile thing on there too. Is that
Yeah, so I always come down here and I do my themes first, just select all themes and then update.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then it tells me that my themes were updated. And then I go back to my updates. I come down and I do my plugins. And I update those. And it tells me all of my things were updated. And then I do the big one. And the piece, you might be saying, well, why do you do that? Because if you do the big one first, then you haven't corrected your issues with your plugins. And then if you do your big update, then more than likely what's going to happen is it's going to find these broken patches that didn't get fixed, and it's not going to know what to do with them. So when you do your big update, you might get an error code, or it tells you it didn't update, and then we'll have to send it to tech so he can go back in and manually fix those. So you always want to do your themes and plugins first, and then do your big update. And then if there's an issue with that, then let your instructor know, because then we'll have to send it to Matt on the tech board, and then he'll have to go in manually and play with the HTML and get all that fixed up.
I never updated that. I never updated anything but the plugins. I didn't know it was something else we had to update.
So see, now everything's done. That's all I need to do. And anything else, tech will be aware of it. So yeah,
Where was the
That's all you
theme
have to do.
update?
huh?
Where was the theme update?
When you go to your updates,
Yeah.
if you scroll all the way to the bottom, if you have an update. So if you go to updates, you scroll all the way to the bottom, it'll look like this. It'll have the big one. It'll have plugins and things. So if you don't have it, yeah,
I
if
didn't
you don't have,
realize.
yeah, you have to scroll down. So if you don't have any themes that need updated, it won't have it. It'll say all up to date. But if
Okay.
there's any there, just select all, because it's only going to show you the ones that are available for your installation, for the
Okay.
program that you're running.
I never realized the theme update, only the plugins.
Yeah, yeah, just scroll down some more.
Okay.
All right,
Gotcha.
Mr. Campbell, what you got for me?
Wonderful. As usual, you are doing a fine job. Your
Thank you.
recordings, I can only get them to go back on them by asking my instructor.
No, you should be able to get my YouTube. They're all on my YouTube channel. I was looking for you on Skype to add you to our Skype group, but I couldn't find you because I didn't know your last name. So now that
Oh,
I
it's-
do, I can
it's-
add you to our Skype training group, but I'm gonna put my YouTube channel here in the chat, and you can just copy it.
Okay, I will do that.
There you go. But I put everything on YouTube. There's about 2 years worth of stuff on there that you can have a look at.
Yeah. So you
Oh, yeah.
YouTube. Oh, where did it go?
Yeah, just go down to the bottom and pull up your chat.
On to the bottom.
Yeah, look and see if you got a chat button down there.
I know there was a chat button. Okay. Chat button. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Got it.
There you
Wow.
go.
Wow.
Sheila,
How do I get this,
If you click on the link, it will open it up, and then just leave that there and bookmark it, and you'll be able to get in there.
leave that there. Mistake. I am doing this on my phone when I should be doing it. Oh, I should put it in the library then?
Yeah, when you open it up on your phone, if you're on your phone, um, when will you be on your computer next? What, go
If you,
to,
if you're going to put it in my on my Skype, right? My
yes, so,
Skype?
yeah.
Okay, I'll go back there tomorrow and extract it.
and have a look. There you go. I'll put it in there for you to look. Get it.
Wonderful. And I thank you so much.
No problem, dear. You have a good one.
Thank you, you too.
All right, Miss Linda Marie, what you got for me?
I got kicked off. What did I miss? I was trying to get back in. I was having a heck of a time getting back in, and it showed a picture of me instead of my face. I'm going, okay, I'll deal with that.
Nothing really. We just was talking about how to do your updates when you go to your computer. Make sure if you have anything over here in red that says update, make sure you check your themes first, update them first, then do your plugins, and then do your major install.
I caught that. I got in here on that one. But I still got
But
that
that's-
one that keeps getting me to try to get it to update it. I'm going, nope, I'm not updating you. I don't even want you on my computer.
Yeah, we'll look at that. You're gonna have to show me that when we get together this week. But
Okay.
yeah, definitely before the day's out, send me your schedule for next week so I can put you in. Find a day we're gonna get together.
Well,
Okay.
all right. So I'll have to go to the recording of this so I can catch what I missed.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about too much. We were just chit chatting.
Yeah, it took me too long to get back in. I'm going, no, she's gonna be done before I get back in. Why did it kick me off?
It
All
did me
right.
the same way, but I had a while to get back into. It just kicked me right out. So
Yeah.
I think it kicked all of us out.
yeah,
Did it?
just
Yeah,
doing
it did at
online
one
today.
time. I don't know how that happened unless somebody was trying to use it. But anyway. Okay, so I don't have anything else. Is there anything anybody else wants to go over? If not, then y'all have a blessed day and I will see y'all on the Monday night call. And don't forget, Monday through Friday from 11 Eastern to 7 Eastern PM, we will be doing live training on how to do BRT, working the one-on-one boards and SD leads to grow your business here on Zoom. So
And
It's
That's what
always
everybody,
calls.com.
calls.com.
that's where
And it'll
everybody.
be, it'll be run by the MSIs. I will be on there Monday at 11. And I think Stacy and Matt will join me. I know Rory's going to try to be on there a lot. But the MSIs will be there. We will actually be doing calls. We will doing training, answering questions, doing V-marketing. So it's going to be a bunch of little bit of different things.
And that's the call, that's the call zone,
Calls.com. Yeah.
calls.com. I want to see what happens with Rory and that woman, Amanda. She was amazing. Oh my God, it was amazing. She got everything done, just joining up, memes and everything. It was fascinating. Yeah.
Roy can talk a saint to be a sinner.
Oh my God. I would love to
He's
challenge.
got the gift. He's got the gift of gab. He really does. But he's
Yeah,
very
when I was
confident in what he
watching
does.
when I was watching one of his, I got tickled because he said on the training videos, please listen, give them the courtesy of listening to what they've got to say. And he was like going on. And I thought, well, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he
was
doesn't give them
funny.
the time to object, and if they do object, he fixes it immediately. Or he goes off topic to bring them back to the original why
Yeah.
they're wanting to do this.
Pretty
So
amazing.
yeah, he's good to watch. I hate that I missed a lot of them this week, but I've had a crazy schedule. But I did tell him I was going to try to be on there more next week. So
Well, enjoy your
anyway,
game.
Okay.
yep, y'all have a blessed one. The sun's finally
Yeah.
coming out. It's supposed to be like 72 today, so perfect
Everybody
weather
have
to
a
play
good
ball.
week.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
You too.
Right,
Bye.
thank
Bye
you.
bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Sheila,
Yes.
hello.
Hey,
Hey, my, I've been having trouble with my laptop.
I
one
know
thing after
it
another.
seems to be going on today. Everybody's having trouble, but I'm gonna get with you too next week, Emilio. Because we need to
Okay.
get you ready for Google AdSense. I think you're just about there.
What time was
Okay.
the BRT trains? And what time? to what time?
BRT, they're actually, I don't know if they're still going
I
on.
think it's, yeah, they are.
Yeah, so you
From,
can jump on there now and listen.
8 or 9 to 5, something like that, Monday to
Yeah.
Friday.
But yeah,
Saturday.
This
must
is
work.
Saturday.
Yeah, this is Saturday.
I don't know if they're still on there. You can always jump on there to see if
Mhm.
they're doing anything on there. If not, we'll be back. I know I'll be opening up on Monday at 11.
11.
Okay.
So it is calls.com, period. That's it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, dear.
Thank you.
Y'all have a blessed one. Talk to you later.
You as well.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.